Let's face it, adept weapons just aren't quite cutting it, the rewards just don't match the effort. In Trials of Osiris, you have to play 7 or 8 matches against a constantly shrinking player pool of cheaters and recovs. Grandmaster Nightfalls, the hardest 3-person PvE activity in the game, only gives you a different colored weapon with a couple extra stat points. And then Master Vault of Glass, a raid with 1 different colored weapon per week, with 0 reason to run it outside of the weekly challenge. There's a better way. Something already in the game that's been grossly underutilized lately. In this video, we need to learn from why Pinnacle weapons didn't work, why adept weapons just aren't cutting it, and how a simple solution can save endgame content from dying. So why didn't Pinnacle weapons work? Remember Mountaintop, Recluse, and Not Forgotten? These were weapons that only hardcore players could get. My regular hand cannon could only kill a guardian in 3 shots in PvP. Another player with their Not Forgotten was able to get kills in 2 shots. When it's someone with any hand cannon in the game versus another player with Not Forgotten, the Not Forgotten couldn't be beaten. If you were able to get Not Forgotten, you were probably more skilled than other players. With Not Forgotten equipped, that divide was even bigger. Not because of skill, but because power was made exclusive. This was even worse in PvE. Mountaintop and Recluse were built different and just ran right through all content. Why use a primary that needs precision shots to proc its perks? Why use a special weapon that needed to aim for the best damage or get within a boss's stomping distance? Because these weapons gave power, were exclusive but also trivializing content, new content needed to be designed for Pinnacle weapons in mind. Over time, everything around the Pinnacle weapons was nerfed until Pinnacle weapons were sunset. They were just better than everything else. This exclusive power started the recov market in Destiny, which now is a business that moves tens of thousands of dollars every weekend in bannable terms of service-breaking activity. So with Pinnacle weapons, we learned 2 things. We learned that exclusive power hurts the bottom portion of players and they can't compete. We also learned that too much power shapes gameplay design badly. After Pinnacle weapons, we moved to adept weapons and why those aren't cutting it. To be fair, we have to give Bungie credit here. They addressed the 2 problems from Pinnacle weapons and created a solution called adept weapons. Instead of giving exclusive power to players, my non-adept version weapon can compete head-to-head with your adept version. Instead of giving too much power and gameplay needed to be designed around that power, you're just given some stat bonuses. But now we have a new problem. We went from gear that you had to get to gear that you can live without. If you can live without the gear, why would you chase the gear? If you won't chase the gear, what's the point of having more difficult content? This is where Destiny is right now. For the first time in a couple seasons, I'm running on empty with Masterwork materials, and I'm running Grandmaster Nightfalls because I need the materials instead of wanting to get the gear. When it comes to Trials of Osiris, I just don't care enough about an adept weapon that's not noticeably different from the non-adept version that I can get at 3 wins, especially at the cost of destroying my mental against cheaters for a flawless card. Why would I get 1 or 2 shot in Master Vault of Glass for a weapon that's just a different color? Especially when only 1 encounter in the entire raid drops that weapon. Seriously, ask yourself if there's really a good enough reason for you to run the 3 Pinnacle endgame activities. This is where we stand right now. We have challenging and difficult content, but the rewards don't match. The rewards can't be more powerful than normal weapons or the entire ecosystem is thrown into chaos. So what we've learned the last few months with adept weapons is that if you don't give players enough reward, they'll either ignore or really dislike the difficult and challenging content that's in Destiny. So the question we're left with is, what doesn't give players too much power that it hurts other players, while still being rewarding enough for the most challenging and difficult content in the game? Well, that's quite the needle to thread, right? But the solution is actually simple because it's something that's been in the game for years. Copy what works in MMOs since Destiny wants to be and is an MMO. Make fashion be the true endgame. Since transmog kills armor being a reward structure now that it's being sold for money, we need to look elsewhere. Maybe extra special armor ornaments could be added to endgame content someday, but that's so unlikely to happen when transmog is now a revenue vertical for Bungie. And would you really care about an armor ornament when you have dozens of options through the free or paid transmog system? Probably not that much. So let's start with weapon ornaments. Give every raid boss an exclusive weapon ornament. Every season have each Nightfall give an exclusive ornament. Give Trials of Osiris wins a chance at dropping a weapon ornament, and give the Flawless chests a chance at an exclusive emblem. Think about what this would do to endgame content. More players will enter Trials if there's always that chance that a random win will give them a weapon ornament that they can screenshot to their friends. Remember how coveted the Austringer ornament was? What about spare rations? Fellwinter's Lie? Recluse? These were locked behind Bright Dust, and if you missed when they were sold, you probably didn't get another chance to get them. Imagine instead, you're farming Atheon for one of his exclusive weapon ornaments. Imagine Gatekeeper and Templar with different ornaments that can possibly drop. Now the entire normal mode of Vault of Glass has more replayability. And if you put different and better looking ornaments in Master Vault of Glass, you have a very good reason to play Master Vogue from start to finish, instead of just doing the weekly challenge checkpoint and nothing else. Weapon ornaments are the perfect reward. They add absolutely no power, so there's no gap between a player with or without the ornament. You get to have something cool, but it's not at the cost of my enjoyment. Because they only drop from endgame content, they're exclusive. Having items that are exclusive just makes them more valuable, which is what endgame content needs. Rewards that are valuable. Weapon ornaments look awesome, which is what fashion is all about. You see it on someone when you pass by them in the tower. The icon shows up in the kill feed when you die to a player using that ornament. In group content, it could show up on screen for the entire group when you finally get that ornament to drop. Players miss those moments where they finally got Galley or Fatebringer to drop in Destiny 1. This creates new moments players will never forget, but they don't need to be locked behind one chance per character every week. This system is already in the game, so we don't need to reinvent the wheel to get this started. Weapon ornaments have a proven track record of being incredibly valuable to players. Just look on Reddit, Twitter, or the Destiny forums, and you'll still see people that want some ornaments from a long time ago. More people will raid when there's something valuable that they want. More raids will be run each week, and raids will have a longer lifetime because players can run as many raids they want each week for chances at what they want. And then when more raids are happening each week, there's more chances for new raiders to find good groups to play with or make some new friends. This has been a problem with raiding for a very long time. Replicate this across all of the other endgame content, and the content won't die from players not caring about it anymore. Take away 3 things from this video. Power doesn't work, rewards that don't meet anything don't cut it, and fashion is the true endgame. If I could be a paradise.